And we are back. Off the Shelf Comics is back. And we are back with something that we have been doing since the beginning. Since the beginning of Batman KnightFight. Well, DC K.O. KnightFight. Tie-in for DC K.O. And we are here at the ultimate issue. It is the end. It's the end of KnightFight.
4 of 4.
So overall, did you enjoy it?
Yeah. We'll get into it more once we go through it, but the ending wasn't quite what I thought it would be.
It's
but
pretty
it
much
was good.
Exactly what I thought it was going to be. but I mean, you got some parts right. Parts right. So I mean, but yeah, it was very much what I thought it was going to be. But we'll get into it. But overall, are you enjoying the KO event and hence other books therefore?
Yeah, I'm enjoying the main KO event. I really enjoyed KnightFight, and all of the versus ones are pretty fun. Some I just didn't. I mean, a couple of them I really didn't care about, but most of them I did, and I did enjoy. Like I enjoyed Aquaman and Hawkman, but I wasn't as enthusiastic about like Harley Quinn and Zatanna.
Right. So I did pick up some more of the tie-ins. I got the boss fight, but I got the kids are all fight. I got that. I got the Green Lantern Galactic Slam.
Okay.
Where he's fighting Darkseid. I got the newest Flash tie-in for it. And I picked up Superman 34.
Okay, nice.
And I grabbed Titans 31. I grabbed the new Justice League. I grabbed a whole bunch of stuff. Like I didn't want to show everything off because, like, I mean, I literally this week grabbed like a few Omnis, a bunch of trades, and yeah. And I got the newest Green Lantern book, and I've been like I said, I've been trying to figure out getting my what do you call it? My X-Men Chris Claremont run completed. So as soon as the Omnis are reprinted at some point, I will get them. But I'll show these off in a minute. But I did get Infernal Hulk #3.
Oh, sweet! That's been a really interesting one.
Yeah, and I did get the new release of Iron Man #1. So we'll see.
Oh wow! Okay.
If that's any good or not. Who the fuck knows? But so I did get what makes up the Omnibus #4 in X-Men. I did get the 2 complete collections. This makes up pretty much what's in Omnibus #4. And I got the Inferno prologue and then the Inferno itself. So I got these. These were expensive as shit. Just for these. These were like $80 themselves.
Yeah.
A piece.
Marvel's really got to fix that. Like, I get the collector deal. I get like rarity builds up price, but at the same time, you're just not letting readers in. Like,
but that's single issues. Why would you care about rarity of omnibuses?
I don't know. But why,
that doesn't make any sense.
Why wouldn't you be printing them like crazy? Especially if there's so much of a demand for them that people are charging $200, $300, $500. That means that they could easily do a big reprint and sell them like hotcakes, but they just won't do it for some reason.
Well, they're charging that because they don't do it. It's not because it's worth that. They're just doing it because they're not available. Nobody's paying for it. Dude, I've seen dudes have the freaking 4th omnibus still in the package on sale for 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
No one's buying it, so I don't understand why you just don't do it. But anyway, we're going to get pretty much right into DC KnightFight. I think this sets up next week's DC KO pretty well.
Yeah.
Like, we kind of know what's been going on in KO, and we have pretty much a big, something huge is happening. Obviously, we'll see it by the end of this. So here we go. We got KnightFight. It says the future is gone. Earth will be apocalypse. Darkseid will win unless one member of the Justice League can possess the energy to become a god like Darkseid, to become the King Omega. Humanity's only chance at survival is a deadly tournament that happens to happen. I don't like. That's the only thing about DC K.O. that's like kind of like what they just we just happen to have this tournament here, and all that stuff. So yeah, there's that, and it's kind of hilarious. But Batman has been forced into a different journey by the Heart of Apocalypse. It sent him to futures where his former Robins became better Batman than him and forced him to challenge them in combat. And each time Bruce found a way to escape. The Heart warned Bruce that if he did not play by the game or the rules, or if he did not play the game, it would punish him. It would hurt him in a way Bruce would not be ready for. Bruce then awoke in a world where he could finally be happy. And here we go. So we kind of get Gotham here, and Bruce is now in an anime, apparently.
It's so bad this chapter too.
With his anime grandchild. Good
he
Lord.
Woke up in the My Hero Academia world.
Yeah, love the art, but my goodness, dude. I love how in the background they have the old Batman over here.
Yeah.
It's like you can kind of see it's back here. It's kind of hilarious. So they're walking, and he's talking about that, Damian explained to him what he did. Damian became a doctor like Thomas Wayne, and he healed the city, not just like put band-aids on it, but this is basically like a brand new city. And
completely
he had
gentrification all over the place.
Yes. And he told him what happened to the Joker, so I'm guessing the Joker's either dead or something. I don't. They just say, he says the difficult truth about how I died. What happened to the Joker? So Bruce died here, and the Joker, something happened to him, and yeah, this is not just a fresh coat of paint over bleeding wounds. This is a new Gotham, a safe Gotham. A Gotham that doesn't need Batman.
So essentially Metropolis.
Well, I think this is better than Metropolis, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Metropolis probably still needs a Superman. This place doesn't even need anything. And Bruce says, I know this is all just an alternate future constructed by the Heart of Apocalypse to test me, to make me face my fears before it will return me to the tournament. But to be honest, he says, he doesn't want to go home. So literally they're watching anime. Bruce and his anime grandchild are watching anime, which is just hilarious. So it's just like Bruce hanging out with his grandkid, doing stuff like building. And I love how they have the big penny back here, even though it's like not like the big one, but like they got Batman comic books back here. They got a Batman doll. Like everything is Bat. They're building like a Bat tower while they're playing with dinosaurs, and there's like,
apparently Damian's into merchandising also. It's like, I sold the IP, Dad.
Yeah, like, it's pretty wild how much stuff they're into here. So it shows little Alfie. Like, my God, dude, he just looks like what in
right there, especially.
Yeah. So he's like, Grandpa, how was kindergarten today, Alfie? Well, I learned how to butler a little bit better. Oh, wait, wrong Alfred. But this little Alfie kid is kind of obsessed with Batman. He's obsessed with the fact that his grandpa and his dad were Batman. And it's kind of interesting that the kid knows. It's weird because like you would think like a kid would tell or something like that. It's kind of interesting. And the kid says, you know, they're pulling at all the heartstrings. Everything in this book was meant to pull at your heartstrings. And it says, Grandpa, do you miss being Batman? And he says, I don't want to lie, but whenever I close my eyes, the heart of Apocalypse speaks to me. And this is what it says. Remember, this future is not a gift, Batman. This is not the end of your story. You tried to cheat to win and must be punished for it. You don't get to just live here and be happy forever. You must fight. You must fight this world. Prove to me that you are worthy to return to the tournament. That you might be a champion worthy of becoming King Omega. If you don't, I will punish you. I love how it's written. Like, Batman's just like closing his eyes and there's just words appearing to him in this like angry font, you know. I know how to hurt you and your heart. I know how to hurt your heart. Well, yeah, you could just stab it. That works. But the heart of Apocalypse wants him to fight. So before we go, what do you think of all of this? It's like everything is set up here to tug at your heartstrings.
Yeah, and it is interesting that everyone knows it's not real. Like, everyone seems to know, you know, like that.
Yes,
with Damian, his son, Alfred, but at the same, it's so that's kind of an interesting part of it for me. And it does kind of pull at the old heartstrings, like you said, you know, him spend the time with his grandson and stuff like that. So it is interesting.
Yeah, I think I believe these, like, a lot of people think it is real, but like Damian has to convince them that this isn't the right future.
Yeah.
What he wants Batman to do, though, is messed up. It's messed up in a way, in my opinion. We'll get to that. So there you go.
Yeah. So now we go to with Damian explaining that he searched the world and all the brightest minds, trying to find a way to beat this heart of Apocalypse. A lot of them he had to try to convince. Some he did manage to convince. He mentions the Justice Legion. So it's kind of like the Legionnaires, probably, or the Legion of Superheroes, Justice League kind of combination, I imagine, to let me borrow some forbidden technology. We know we can find a way to protect our world while helping you. And then we get to see down in the Batcave, it's like the entire cast of all of the Bat people. Lucius Fox's son. It looks like Dick Grayson, Barbara.
Well, I think that's Duke, though. I think it's Duke. I don't think that's...
Is that Duke? Okay.
Yeah. He says, Duke, good to see you.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah. So I think it's just the cast of the Bat family.
Yeah. And then he's, you know, essentially it's like he called this big meeting. He's greeting everybody. He's like, why are you all here? And then they're all going to kind of just, let's see here. You got to get back, Bruce. Damian told us the deal. Essentially, it's like they're all in and they're all going to try to help him get back. And then Damian says, so the heart wants me to take you down in a fight, or you to take me down in a fight. You spent years teaching us. You think we can, this old dogs can learn some new tricks. And I think this is the Apocalypse Heart's like, yes, Bruce, what do you think? Do you really think you could win?
That is the Apocalypse Heart, man. What else would it be?
Then he's like, my son is right. He always is. This is how we win. I try to distance myself from them, try not to love them, to focus on the fight on Darkseid, but it's impossible. And essentially, he's like, everyone's training him, and they're doing all kinds of different stuff together. But it's impossible. I learned about their lives. They tell me stories, tragedy and triumph. They are happy, but it didn't come easy. It never does. And then we got a scene here of Bruce working at a table, and he's talking about how in the past I can never work in an open like this, but I had to be underground in the Batcave, but even the air feels safer. This is Damian, the world that Damian built, and it's question if it's real or if it ever could be.
We don't have to read the whole thing.
Okay.
We could just surmise what is going on here.
And then he's building some kind of, I don't know if it's like his own version of a mother box.
Well, yeah, he tells you what it is.
He's called it a bat box. So
I mean, that's, you know, mother box. I mean, It's a bat box. Like, what the fuck? How does he get the, like, we got some forbidden technology and you're building a bat box. So, like, he's just working on some shit and then freaking
I didn't even notice there's the piece of this
anime.
armor. Okay, I
Yeah.
see.
And Anime Alfie.
Anime Alfie shows up, and he almost sneaks up on him, and I call it a bat box, and then his Alfie tells him that his dad says it's time.
Yeah.
And then let's see here. He doesn't want to leave, and he's telling Alfred this, but Alfred's like, they need you to be Batman, Grandpa. So it's kind of like you have to do, like, everyone's kind of like, you can't stay here. They need you to be Grandpa. You need to do what the deal is.
Yeah. So basically, what we get with these few pages here is Bruce is basically having a conundrum because all of the things that are in this world is what he truly wants. He's out in the open. He's able to do things like work on his projects, stuff like that. He's basically outgrown his father, is what it is. He's become his dad, but in the sense of his kid got to grow up. And now he's got a grandson, everything he's ever wanted. And his grandson is doing the things like sneaking around and doing stuff that if Bruce had a grandson, he would be teaching him to do.
Yeah.
And they're pulling at every heartstring that you could possibly do because Bruce doesn't want to leave. But we get, as comic books do, children for some reason talk to people like they're 37 years old. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. He explains everything to him. Because of you. It's all because of you. Like, they're showing him how important he is to this universe. Yeah. And it's like, it feeds his ego so much. And it's ridiculous. It's such a soppy sap story that you're like, good Lord, man, you're landing on it just a little thick. And I know that's what they're supposed to be doing. But yeah.
So now we're on a rooftop. We get to see Damian in full gear, and apparently everyone else is dressed up too in their costumes.
For whatever reason.
Yeah, for whatever reason. Like, they couldn't do this in the Batcave.
Well, I don't know why they have to be dressed up. They're not going to be fighting him. It's Damian and Bruce. Like, why are they dressed up? It's so funny.
It is.
All right. So they start their fight, and it's going on forever. And it's the same. It's all the same stuff that's like anytime Bruce fights his sons. Oh, I've trained them so well. And oh, he's holding back. And Damian, you're one of the most fiercest fighters ever. Deadliest people alive. And fight me, son. Like, it's so ridiculous. Like, this is like the only parts of things that I don't like in Batman.
Yeah.
Is like, and this is stuff that people love, and I don't like it. I personally don't like it. And whenever they do this type of shit, while they're fighting, the heart is telling him that you have to kill him. You have to kill your son. And that's kind of what they're all waiting for. And they're all showing like the looks on everybody's face. And they realize like Damian is kind of winning. And they're like, shit. And the heart's saying, this is what I want. You at your best. You need to be angry to become King Omega. And then whoosh, Damian slices him down. And he's like, get up, man. Get up. He's like, I can't do it. I can't win. Test complete. So we get here that the test, and we get the bucket of wires and the smoke monster come to get him. So the test was Bruce admitting defeat, because he never admits defeat. He's not willing to.
Yeah.
And that was where he gets him. But the problem with this is you ask him to fight and do all those things, and he basically was before letting the other guys win. So how was that any different?
Yeah. I just, to me, that was kind of like, well, if that was the whole point, then I don't really, it would have been more, I guess it would have been make more sense if he was winning the other fights in some way, I guess. I mean, but yeah, I don't know. It's just like, you need to kill your son. You need to kill your son. I can't do it. Oh, well, then you win, buddy. And it's like,
well, yeah, well, it's like maybe that's what it was. If he killed him, then he would have given into darkness. I guess maybe something like that. But here's one of the issues that I have majorly. This is one of the huge issues that I have. When he says, that was the final test, Batman, to see if you could ever admit defeat. He says, if you hadn't, I would have destroyed that world anyway. So it exists?
Yeah. So if he would have killed Damian, he would have destroyed it anyways as punishment because he didn't admit defeat.
So did he destroy it? So
that's one thing I was wondering. Does the Bat Box going to come into play
right
after this is all over?
Correct.
Like, did he destroy it? Are they going to still be there? Are they able to escape with the Bat Box?
Yeah. What was the point of the Bat Box?
Yeah.
That's something that we have to hold in the back of our minds. What was the point of the Bat Box? Because he's saying, if you wouldn't have, I would have destroyed it anyway. Saying, like, I already destroyed it, but if you would have did the opposite, I would have destroyed it anyway. So
and they made a point of having Alfred with it right there at the last shot.
At the last shot. Because he's like, you know what to do, Damian. Father! And Alfie has it. And it's lit up, too. Like, you see the magic lines in there. So very interesting there. And he says, but now you are nearly ready. And then they have the King Omega, you re-enter the tournament as King Omega. If Gotham needed me, whether the city would be better off if my family took over. And he's like, but now I know the truth. My family wants me to be Batman. Like, what the fuck? Like, dude, you literally just in Zdarsky's run, you literally shit all over your family. Went so crazy that Failsafe had to come down and destroy you because you were filled with murderous rage. Turn yourself into the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh. Like, totally excommunicated your family to the point where Catwoman had like her own network that Red Hood and Dick and everybody was a part of, and nobody wanted anything to do with you. They were trying to stop you. But this is what you're like, what?
Yeah, this is what you got from all of this. Like, it was, and it's like, okay, so the heart, what did the heart prepare you to do? The heart prepared you to kill your own kids, but then when you lost a fight to them, it's kind of just confusing.
Well, it's like he says the heart thinks it's won, it's defeated me. It forced me to fight against my family. You were already fighting against your family for months.
Yeah.
You literally were, like, all of 2 years ago. You were literally fighting them constantly because they didn't have what it takes. Like, it's crazy how soon they forget continuity. It's crazy how soon they forget. He says, but that's the thing it didn't realize. It wasn't testing me. It was training me to win.
How?
Because I guess, he's going to make, like, I seriously think, dude, that he's going to go back and it's going to be him and Superman, and he's going to make the ultimate sacrifice. You got to kill me, Superman. You have to kill me.
Yeah.
So who knows? Like, this was not my favorite issue from this.
No, I agree.
And not that I disliked it, okay? Not that I disliked it, but man, they were building up something so cool, and they could have done so many cool things with this. And they didn't. And that was a little bit like upsetting that they didn't.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that they would. So what was your overall feeling of KnightFight?
Overall good. This was probably the lower on the score of the issues. Right. It didn't stick the landing to me. Like, I don't really, it's like, what did he learn in this? What was the point of this side mission? And I don't see anything in here that's happened that prepared him to beat anyone, except for the fact that he has prepared him to accept defeat if, like, Superman beats him. I mean, is he going to come back in the tournament now all Omega powered and then
Oh yeah, he's
just
definitely
like,
gonna have Omega energy.
yeah,
He
I
has to.
mean, so I don't know. Like I imagine he'll show up at the end of the next issue, probably as they are fighting the Absolutes and Booster Gold. But yeah, I don't quite know what the whole setup for this really was when it came to with the way it ended. I was expecting a bit more of a heartstring puller. I was expecting more of like, a real. They took away the stakes of like the decision even to fight Damien at that last world. It's like you're showing in Paradise, but it was like he didn't really have to make a decision to even lose the Paradise. It was essentially he thought he had to beat his son, and instead his son beat him, and then he accepted that he
Oh
can't do
no,
it.
he
And
knew.
then,
I think he knew he had to lose. He was
oh,
going
okay,
against what the heart said. The heart kept
okay,
telling him, "You have to kill him. You have to kill him," and he's like, "No, I'm not gonna do it."
yeah,
So I think he knew that he was like. Remember last week, whenever you were like, they might end it with he's gonna have to kill Damien, and I was like, that will never happen. That will
yeah,
never happen. Like that's the way that new Batman is. Like, not that he won't kill, we know that, but even in this way, he's gonna find a way to cheat. Like, think about it. He got taken out of the tournament before he could even try to kill anyone. They are so opposed to him doing any of that in comics that he can't even do it in the tournament where he's telling Superman that he has to kill people.
yeah,
Like, they are so opposed to it. So that's why I think he's going to be the sacrificial lamb. He's going to be the thing that gets Clark to pull the trigger. That's what's, to me, that's where it feels like it's going. I think this was the setup for him to realize like he's not the one that makes in every universe that he was shown that was better, right? He wasn't the one that made it that way. So he can't remake the earth in his image.
yeah,
Because if he does, it's still going to be flawed. But if Clark does it, then it could be different. Because it showed him that Damian made a better world. Jason, even with his messed up world, it was technically, I guess not, it might not have been better, but he made sacrifices. Dick, way better world than what he is. There's no way that Batman can win this tournament. If he wins, then this is unbelievably stupid because it
yeah,
just undermines everything he just went through, which was him realizing like he's not the one that made any of the worlds better. If anything, it was shown that he might not be needed as Batman, even though he says my family wants me to be Batman. Really? Do they?
Well, see that you're absolutely right. They're like that decision doesn't even really come across there at the end. Like Batman's not like, okay, I understand now that I'm not needed. Instead, it's like, no, I'm not only am I needed, but they want me to do it. Like it's like,
Which is utter bullshit.
yeah, it doesn't really fit with what's building up before. It's like the heart was driving him to kill one of his sons, and he kept on finding ways out of it. And then at the end, it was like, well, I didn't really want you to kill your son. I just wanted you to lose your son and to admit defeat. So then you're not trying to cheat your way out of the stuff anymore. And then he's just out of that. He's all like, well, obviously, not only am I supposed to be Batman, but everyone wants me to be Batman. And now I'm ready to apparently kill people and win this tournament. Because like the whole point of the tournament is like, you have to kill.
Yeah,
Defeat,
I don't think he's gonna. I think if anything, he's felt like he's cheated the heart. He's gonna fight Batman. Always find a way. Like he didn't do anything except admit. He didn't even really admit that he defeat there. He just let him kill him because we don't know what the Bat Box is gonna do. So if the Bat Box does anything and that somehow those people survive or they come through and now then he cheated again. So there was no lesson of anything. That's why it was crazy to me. Everything they set up, they kind of just went the opposite direction. And I don't like that. That's not like smart writing. You know what I mean?
No.
That's
It
just like
really just did not hit the landing at all. for what they were doing. And it kind of, to me, it doesn't make sense, the whole thing now. It's like, well, what was the point of this test at all? And yeah, I don't know.
I can make you hurt in ways that you would never think. I can make your heart hurt. Like, what?
Yeah, like, okay, what was hurting? Was it losing and admitting defeat? Is that how his heart
I think
hurt?
it was, I guess hurting was like not being in that world, knowing that that world is dead, regardless of what decision you make. The thing he wanted the most, he'll never have.
Yeah, it would have been better if he killed Damian, in my opinion.
It would have been better if he had to do it. But
yeah. Not even like, I don't want to do it, and Damian like grabs his hand and pulls the sword the rest of the way, like a sacrifice / murder type kind of thing. And now Bruce is kind of like, I'm going back with this mindset, and then he realizes the sacrificing himself at the end is what needs to be done. And then that would have made more sense than
like him making the sacrifice that Damian would have had to make.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. It's like,
it's, and I'm sure someone could sit there and explain it and be like, no, this is what they meant. But okay, for me, who's been reading comics for 40 years, someone else who's been reading comics for a very long time, if it's not as easily explainable as that, then
it just kind of seems like a cop-out. It's like you're setting up this whole thing where it's like, if he would have had to kill Damian, then not only is he killing his son, but he's also destroying the perfect world that was made without him. So it's like, not only do they not need Batman, but now you're coming back like a virus and in front of his own son and your family.
That would hurt him more than anything.
Yeah, that would have been devastating to him, and kind of going along the lines of this whole, win at any cost, rage, fear. And instead, it's just kind of like, no, I wanted you to lose this whole time, even though I was upset when you didn't kill them. It's
almost like the heart now is like a good guy. What? Like,
yeah. I don't.
The same heart that gave Darkseid his power. Like, what?
He's like, you have to have faith in Darkseid. It's like, what? Like
faith in the Omega energy.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Anyway, I did not like the ending of this, but I liked the series overall. I thought the first 3 books were fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Then it turned into an anime for some reason. I don't get, like, I just don't understand that. But yeah, man, overall, I thought it was still good, and I'm still enjoying the KO event. I know a lot of people are down on new comics, and I'm just not gonna do that. I'll say this, guys. The more you look into somebody, the more you're going to find their flaws. I don't want to know anything about these writers or artists. Dude, I've been doing this for 40 plus years. Okay. I don't go to cons.
Yeah.
I don't want to meet my favorite writer or artist. I just want to read the books because I like the characters. If I start getting into the person or the people themselves, like, it might change my mind on some of those things. I'm able to still enjoy comic books. I picked up fucking 40 floppies just yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, some of them are old. Some of them are that, like the trades that I got. And I got the Ultimate Spider-Man, the 5th omnibus, and a bunch of other omnis. But, like, I still can enjoy new stuff because I don't care about their politics. I don't care about their morality or anything. Like, that doesn't bother me in any way, shape, or form. Just because someone who writes something feels a certain way about the world doesn't mean that because I read it or do it, doesn't mean that I support their objective view.
No.
Like,
separate the art from the artist.
It's so stupid. So stupid. It's like, it boggles my mind. And I think you would find a lot more enjoyment if you just read the comics. Because, yeah, there's some comics that are written really bad. I've read some stuff this past couple of years that I was like, ugh, this isn't that good. But I've also enjoyed a lot of things that people have told me to my face. Oh, that's trash. That's trash. And then I'm like, did you read it? No. And you're like, okay, dude.
Like what?
All right.
Yeah, it's like, why do you even have an opinion on it if you haven't read it? I mean, yeah.
That's how people are, dude. That's how people are. They get something in their mind. It's like, oh, dude, it's so woke and it's so this, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, whatever, dude.
Well,
Whatever.
I mean, you could go around hating everything, and whether you're doing it for the clicks and the attention, whether you're doing it because you made a business out of hating everything that comes out nowadays, or you just listening to the crowd, you're missing out on a lot of good stuff. Now, DC, I think, is cooking now more than Marvel is, and I think Marvel has a lot of internal problems, but Marvel's still putting out good stuff too. Spider-Man, Wolverine, Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate
Hulk.
Wolverine. DC does not everything DC puts out is good, but at the same time, the DC K.O. event's a lot of fun. The Absolute stuff is good. I've heard both the Aquaman and the Green Lantern runs are really good right now. There are good stuff out there. Was it the Immortal Batman? That one is good.
Immortal Legend Batman. That's fun. That's a fun Black Label book. Yeah, Infernal Hulk is fun as fuck.
Yeah, there's lots of good stuff out there, and just to dismiss the whole thing is kind of like one of the reasons why the industry as a whole is kind of getting hurt right now. There's a million reasons why the industry is not doing good, but one of them is this whole kind of culture that's been created where people are just hating stuff just because it comes from Marvel or DC.
Well, I mean,
it's not genuine.
Times change though. Like times change. Like you're not going to get back to where it's selling millions and millions and millions of copies like it used to. But that doesn't mean that the business is anywhere near going away. It's not going to go away anytime soon. Like there are books that are selling. Like, and when you go, oh, it's only selling 150,000 copies or this or whatever, it's like, well, maybe that's the new plateau of being good.
Yeah.
Like, you don't like, I mean, you could disagree with me all you want, right? If that's the case, why are there so many fucking books everywhere then?
Yeah. Why is Marvel putting out like 16 Spider-Man books? I mean,
so there's
hurting that bad,
No, there's definitely oversaturation, and that isn't always great, because then a lot of those books might not sell, but the ones that do sell are doing well. So I think it's just different. It's just different, like the way that people consume music is different. Who buys CDs anymore?
Well, and distribution's a real big deal. DC is trying to get into more places. Hopefully Marvel starts figuring that out too. And not just having, we can only put stuff out in comic book shops and that's the only way to do it. I'd like to see them back at grocery stores along those lines. Maybe we'll never get to that point, but if they could fix that distribution and get these younger readers involved, they can do a lot to help out the industry. Now, I know in 2025, the whole industry as a whole was up 9% from 24 and 23. So there is an upward turn and there is good stuff happening. It's just slow and it'll probably never get to where it was at its peak.
No, because a lot of people don't read. Kids don't they look at school and they're like, reading is stupid. If it's not on a tablet, like they're not going to do it. Even with digital comics, they look at that as work, like you either have to introduce your kid at a very young age to do these things or it's lost on them or it's
I mean, they are reading manga though. So, I mean, there is
here's the thing though. They are not reading manga in the way that they were reading comic books in 1992, 91. There's no manga that's selling 8.2 million copies.
Oh, I think like when you talk about like My Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen, or One Piece worldwide, I think you're getting those kind of numbers.
Worldwide, yes, but I'm just
not
talking
in
America.
Oh, well, no,
that's
America
what I'm talking about. We're talking about Western, comics compared to manga. Like there's a thing though that they might buy the manga, right? But they buy it in terms of, I like that anime. That's what they do. Like, you ever notice that you hear of this awesome manga after it's already had an anime?
Well, yeah.
Right. like unless you're reading Shonen Jump weekly, you're not reading. Like, trust me, I was reading fucking Naruto when it was coming out, like weekly in Shonen Jump, when it was on, like when Kishimoto was like on, you know,
Yeah.
week 2 and 3. You know, I was reading Bleach back then. I was, dude, I read Black Magic M66 in the 90s. Like, it's just not. A lot of people like it because they could watch it, and then they can also own it, and they might read, manga. I'm guaranteed. I know it's way more than they would be reading comic books. Like, I understand that. Like, I get that, but I never see children with books in their hands, ever. Do you see it in the wild?
Barnes and Noble and stuff. Yeah.
That's a bookstore.
I went to an anime convention and there was a lot of stuff going on there. So
that's not the wild though. That's
a
specific place.
I don't leave the house much. So I mean, I'm not these kids. I'm not going, like, I don't see them. I don't go to restaurants, or I don't
like, you don't go to grocery stores to like eat food.
Well, I go to grocery stores, but I'm not seeing the kids are not sitting around at Walmart.
Station.
They're not sitting around at Walmart reading manga. I mean, they'll probably read it when they get home.
used to do it.
I mean, they sell manga at Walmart.
I know, but I used to read comic books. I used to stand in the grocery store and look through all the comic books.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I just don't see it. Like, I just don't, on either side. Like, I don't see anybody in the wild doing.
Well, there is no comic books in the wild.
Like, whenever I lived in Pittsburgh and I rode the bus all the time through the city, like, I did not see people reading either.
Yeah.
Very rarely did I see it. I just think reading itself is taking a hit. Like, people are just the dumb have been outbreeding the smart for so long that it's starting to show up more and more and more and more. If it doesn't talk at you, they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They don't care. And yeah, manga is definitely a better source for children because it's a lot shorter. That it's written by the same person. The continuity doesn't change. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have like a giant corporation behind it that's telling you, like, you have to do this. Now they say you have to have it done on a specific time. You have to have it done to get into Shonen Jump. You have to have it done every week. We need those 16 pages every single week, but like, other than that, it's creator controlled. They get to write what they want to write, and it survives on its own merit. Where you write Batman, why the fuck would some kid want to pick up a new Batman book when there's 9 million years of everything that it's nothing new under the sun.
Well, they're not even going to find it too. Like,
well, they're not going to.
13-year-old's not going to be able to see a Batman comic book because there's no Batman comic books out there except for in comic book shops.
Well, I mean, let's be honest, dude. Like, most people order their stuff online.
Well, yeah.
Like, I do. So they have access to it. It's just they don't give a shit about it. You know what I mean? Like, they just don't care about Western comics. It's mostly for people our age. Yeah. Getting kids into comics is going to be very hard. It's going to be very, very hard. It's not young. It's not hip. It's not now. Like, they think manga is young and hip and now. Manga's been out for fucking ever. Forever. Old people in Japan read dirty manga, like they do on the subways, on the stuff, like they do. It's been out forever, but it's young and hip here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I remember, dude, whenever I used to watch anime, whenever I was younger, people thought I was a nerd, a fucking nerd. Now look at it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, have you seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? Like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't know. It's one of those things that it's like, for me, it's like, I just don't care. I just want to continue to read. Maybe it's selfish on my part. And there's so many people, if they do that, they want to like write their own shit. Let's make a Kickstarter. Let's make a this. Let's do this. And it's like, if you have talent like you do, that makes sense. But not everybody does have talent. And then half the people use AI and webtoons and all this stuff. And when you can sit there and the way like how opposite of me, where they like to know the creator and they could talk to him on Facebook and they can this, and it's like fucking the world is
that
changing.
was the whole crowdfunding deal, was the fact you had access to the creator more, and people were buying the book more based upon the creator than the actual book. Like you have a lot of people who buy your book and don't even ever read it. They're just buying it to support you because they like you. Or they like your message. That's how some of these fringe elements like CG and them got so big, was that essentially it was a political movement that was selling merch in the form of comic books, and they were selling to people who weren't even reading it. Like you can find people that don't even know half the characters in the books that they spent $25 a piece for, so or still waiting on. So yeah, it's
or are still waiting on is the big one.
It's a kind of weird deal as a whole. Like I know that like the books like Dogman and Captain Underpants, like if you look at the top 20 graphic novels of last year, none of them are DC and Marvel. They're all these kind of kid oriented fantasy romance kind of books, or kid direct like Dogman, Captain Underpants, and some other ones. It's like scholastic kind of books that you can find at book fairs and stuff along those lines. So that stuff is doing way more bigger sales. But then you talk to people in the comic industry that I know that wouldn't call those comic books, even though they're just comic books for kids. So there is markets for that kind of stuff. But when you're talking about superhero comics, I think that market's dying, like you said, with the people who are reading are just getting older, and the younger kids aren't picking them up. Like you got kids who wear Captain America shirts and have no either inkling to or even care to know the comic book history behind that character. They just saw the movie and they really liked Winter Soldier or Endgame or stuff along those lines. So
it did so much more to hurt like comics than it did to do, because like they bastardized the stories. They made the stories terrible. Like Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, and plus too, I mean, just bogged down by canon. Like we're talking about this story today, and how it doesn't even acknowledge the canon that happened a little bit ago, and it's kind of like to the point where,
let alone 90 years ago.
Yeah, 90 years of Batman canon. It's almost like trying to run chest deep in mud, like trying to figure out how to do anything new. It's almost impossible.
And it's like you get these people who want something new, and then you give them something new, and they're like, "This isn't Batman." And you're like, "Just shut up! Just shut up! You're not even reading your Batman. Like, just shut up!" Like, God, like you can't please any of these freaks.
No, it's impossible. Like if you wanted to change things, you would have to do something and just not have to worry about all the noise and just push through, and then find that new fan base for it.
Yeah,
like a Transformers like reboot that they did with Kirkman and Daniel Warren Johnson. If you did something like that, where it's like, well, we're just rebooting Batman, all of it back to legacy numbers, and we're going back to number one, and all of the canon before will dip from, but it's now all shelved, and you just have to stick with that and just allow writers to keep writing, essentially like what you did with Absolute, but maybe not as extreme.
Or just let them write small arcs. Let them write, this is what he's doing right now. This is it.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. Tell short stories. They don't, who cares? Who cares if something happened 80 years ago? Like, who cares? Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I make Bat Bits. That's literally from the beginning of Batman. Do I really, like, do you really, really want Gloves and Ricky coming back? Like, do you really want him to be there? Like, shut up. Just let him write good stories. And also just read what you like. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. Because guess what? When it all comes down to it, nobody's cool. No. Nobody is.
It's just all opinions from people who have access to a microphone.
Oh, you read this? Oh, that's so stupid.
Yeah, whatever.
Dude.
I enjoy it. Kiss my ass.
Yeah. But all right, man. Let's get out of here. You know, you catch us on Friday at the last panel. We're doing our top 10 Disney animated movies, which should be fun.
Yes, it should.
Gray's going to vote for an animated version of Jackie Brown.
Yes. Fair enough. But
But yeah, you can also catch us playing some video games over on Warren's channel. We'll be playing some Arc Raiders. You can catch me playing Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined on the Laps Comic Fan channel. But off the shelf, we're gonna put out some more shorts. Sorry, I've been injured, and really doing this is not my first priority right now until I get not injured. So, but I will. Warren's already got his done. I gotta make one, and then we'll have it all done. We will have it all done before KO's over. And next week we will be reviewing DC K.O. number 4, and then after that, we are finally gonna be clear of DC K.O. because the last one is number 5. But we're gonna have some time before that comes out because KnightFight 4 just came out today. KO 4 comes out next week. So we'll have a whole month of shows where we're going to start dipping into other things. And the first thing we are going to be dipping into is the Spider-Man Wolverine comic, which is fantastic.
yes.
I love it. So join us next week. Warren, what do you got coming up, man?
Just catch me on Tuesday for a live draw. And then once I'm working on the script for the Squirrel comic book. As soon as that is done, I'm going to be on my other days. I normally don't stream. I'll be doing what I call kind of work streams where I'm going to be working on the pages for that. I might as well, if I'm sitting here anyways, to go live while I'll do it. And then I also got today a tracking number for the Sig and Joe graphic novel. So I don't know exactly what day it's going to be here yet because the label hasn't got to the post office, but I imagine here by either the end of the day or tomorrow, I'll have a tracking on when it's going to arrive here at my house. So
awesome.
Excited.
Awesome. That's great, man. I'm happy for you. And yeah, you'll be able to catch him also on Last Panel on Friday. So
that's right.
But yeah, check out our regular channels. They should be in the description. And you can watch some cool video games. I know I'll be streaming some more Dragon Quest. And I'm sure we'll be playing Arc Raiders. So for everybody here at Off the Shelf Comics, I bid you adieu. Do you bid them adieu?
Sure, I bid you adieu too. You guys have a great day.
Adieu.
Adieu.